there's a lot of young guys on the team, a lot of young guys on the D line actually. So I just have to be the guy to pull the guys aside, who's been messing up in practice to say, let's work on this today, let's work on that today. So, yeah.
Why do you feel the need to speak up more? Just because everyone's so young?
Yeah. So I feel like me moving up, I'm going to my junior year now, so I feel like I have to speak up. I can't be that guy to lead by example. I have to have that the voice.
A lot of starters going on the defensive line. How do you think this group can be?
I think we'll be good, man. We're young, but we got guys that want to play. We got guys that want to take reps, and our young guys are hungry. They're trying to take as many reps as they can. I tell them about my story about my freshman year. I got the opportunity, because Chase was a little injured, and Coach Matty made me take all his reps. So, I was able to learn all my plays faster and just get more comfortable.
How can a guy like Ben Mason take on 300-pound guys in the middle?
Ben Mason's a beast, man. Even if I think he's playing inside right now, but Ben Mason, when he comes off the ball, man, he comes off full head of steam, taking guys on, and he's not afraid. Ben Mason, he's one of those guys where you put him somewhere, he's gonna give it 110%. So that's what I like about Ben. He just goes out and goes hard every single day.
Feel like a boon to your defensive line to have him out there every now and again?
Oh yeah, Ben's crazy, man. Every time he comes off the ball, he's screaming, so he gives us that energy that we need.
How was the adjustment to a new defensive line coach?
I think it was pretty well. When he first came in, he took us out to dinner. So just to get situated with the D line. He made sure he met with us individually, and I think it's been pretty smooth. He's been helping us a lot. We've been teaching him a couple of things here and there, but I think it's been good.
Who ate more, Sean or you guys?
We ate more. He was just kind of there to get to know us.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a huge guy.
Been a lot of talk about Mozzie Smith early on. What's impressed you about him so far?
Mozzie's strong, man. He's stronger than me, Even our winter lifts, he came in, he wasn't really one of those guys to be a shy freshman. He came in with the mindset of, I want to contribute, I want to be a part of this D line. So, every day in practice, he's working hard. There'll be days where he'll be tired, but he'll fight through. I can see in his face that he wants to take a knee, but he'll stand back up. He's like, no, I have to finish this practice.
Got the two early enrollee ends. Have you taken either of them under your wing at all?
Yeah, I make sure I work with them every single day after practice, because for me, Chase and Rashawn were those guys that took me after practice and was like, let's work on this. So, every day I'll say, let's focus on one thing today and let's work on that the whole day. And, I make sure they get in their playbook and learn their stuff.
Josh used the phrase next man up a few times. Is that an attitude that you're seeing?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because we're gonna need those guys to come along. We're a young D line this year, so we're gonna need those guys to step up big. Need those young guys, even come and play as true freshmen.
Who's somebody in another position aside from defensive line that you've noticed so far this spring?
Another position.
Yeah.
Jordan Anthony. He's been coming along. He's been working hard. I spend time with Jordan a lot, so, I can just see how much he's working, He's been working on, making sure his weight's right. He's making sure he knows his playbook, meeting with Coach Brown on the off time, so I feel like he'll contribute a lot this year.
How much of a surprise was it to see Coach Madison leave for Ohio State?
I knew it was getting close to the end of his career, but, it's I think it's surprising for all of us, to see him go to Ohio State, but it is what it is, Just move on.
In what ways are you better this spring than you were, say, a year ago?
I talk about confidence a lot, not really worrying about my technique anymore because it's been installed in my head because I've been taking so many reps where I could do stuff without even thinking about it. So now it's just setting that example for the young guys, make sure I'm running to the ball, make sure I'm doing everything that I need to do.
What are the biggest changes you've noticed in the new up-tempo offense?
Up-tempo offense? The no huddle is extremely hard. We have to get set fast. We have to make sure we know what we're doing because they're going, so we can't. They're not going to wait for us to get set, so we have to hurry up and do our thing.
Is it good in a way because you know you're going to face some of those offenses?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, teams like Indiana, you know, that had a lot of success last year with the up-tempo, Ohio State and stuff like that. So I feel like it'll be good for us to get the up-tempo in practice, you know, every day. So when the time comes, we'll be prepared for it.
We talked a little bit before the bowl game that, and you mentioned it earlier about not, you weren't a talker by nature. And how does someone get out of that and become more of a vocal guy? Is there something that you can do to become that kind of?
Yeah, I think just the confidence, you know. Before, I was just kind of a guy that would just do it and try and lead by example. But now, you know, some guys need someone to talk to them. Some guys need guys to like pull them aside and be like, hey, like you need to do this, you need to work on that, or bring them along. You know, even when practice is slow. Practice was a little slow today, you know, but Josh Metellus came along and was like, hey, defense, let's go, like let's pick it up, you know, and the whole defense rallied and you know practice ended well.
And so, are you ever that person that goes around and
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
for
does
sure.
what Josh
Like
did?
if our defense is coming out a little slow, you know, I'll tell the defense like, come on, let's go, let's pick up the tempo.
Defense is usually a little ahead of the offense at this time of year, but all those guys on the offense coming back, how would you say it's going? Is anybody getting the better of the other?
I think we're both competing at a high level right now. Offense is doing their thing, but they're learning a whole new playbook. So I think they're doing well with that. You know, defense is putting a whole lot of new material in there. So I feel like we're both competing right now.
Given how last season ended, have you guys been using that more as a motivator, or do you guys try to just leave that in the past?
We try to move on from it, but we also want to keep it, you know, as a reminder where, like, we don't want it to end like that. You know, we have to win those big games at the end of the season if we want to go far. So I feel like we just, you know, just keep working every day and move on, but also remember how it ended last year.
You guys got anything else for Kwity? Has this offensive line become noticeably stronger? Obviously, on one guy they have to replace at right tackle, but in that whole year last year with Warner, have you seen the the offensive line really improve?
Yeah, I feel like they played well. You know, guys stepped up. I think Stuber stepped up pretty well last year, you know, for a young guy. And yeah, I feel like that, especially now that they have everybody back pretty much. You know, Stuber played end of last season, so that whole front five is back. So I think they'll be real good this year.
As many young guys as you got, is it good to have a guy like Carlo up there that's been
Oh yeah,
around
for
forever?
sure. You know, Carlo, he knows every single position in the D-line, you know, so if anybody's messing up, because he's played all those positions, so he knows. So, you know, somebody's messing up. Even me sometimes when I need a little bit of help, I'll go to Carlo.
Nothing else?